Hello there everyone, it is Inspiring Alien, replacing our Wednesday host for starting out solitary, and I'm here to give you guys a little bit of an insight into my book of shadows at the moment. I made a few videos on my own channel, but I'm not sure if I've actually talked about my current ones, because I do have a few different journals. I have one spiritual journal, one astrological planner, and one random notebook. It's kind of like it was supposed to be a planner for also astrological stuff, but then it didn't really have anything in it apart from just the dates, really. It didn't even have moon phases or anything in it, so it was a little bit weird. So I never ended up using it, and now I'm just kind of using it for... I'm recycling it and I'm using it tracking different cosmic events and kind of keep a log of different astrological energies and all kinds of cosmic energies. Like, for example, if I decide to work with a meteor shower or something like that, I then write it into the journal. This is the cover, so it has Book of Cosmos, and that is my sigil, by the way. And it has 18 for 2018. Those are stickers that I made myself, the aliens. And there's this Yogi quote and all these animals. It's the weekly planner for 2017. So it starts at August 2016, and I've also ripped some pages of it. That's basically one way that I use this. I just rip out the pages to use them for something else, because they do have this design on the layout. But there's nothing more in this. And I've done some meteor shower study here. That's the first thing. I'll also have a bunch of moon phases here with these little starseed crystals. I can show them to you, but they are like crystal skulls that are alien heads, so they're really cute and I love working with them. Some meteor showers. I didn't get to work with all of them, but it did really benefit me to learn about them, so that I can maybe use that energy later, like maybe next year. Then I've been tracking where the moon has been going. For example, how does it relate to my chart, and how could I like use these energies. And full moon in Cancer is my last one. There was on my 12th house, and that's where I also have my Venus and Mercury, so that's kind of the idea. And then I like write if I do certain things on those dates. In the Gemini's meteor shower, when I charged my crystal grid, it's actually not a crystal grid, it's supposed to be a coaster, but I used as a grid, and it has the Gemini constellation. That's what I did. I charged it under the energy with the intention, so basically just put it in front of my window in my charging space or cleansing space, in case I use the new moon or the dark moon to cleanse it, and put my grid in there. Then I gridded it, so I put those crystals on it. I can't remember when I did that. So I did a spell on 8th January, and then I also wrote down my personal menstrual cycle. I kind of kept track of it just to get an idea where the moon usually is at that time and how I should deal with it in that. And then I've also written down different like daily planetary associations, like for example Wednesday is associated with Mercury, so I wrote that down. And then I also put some ideas, what would I do on a Wednesday according to Mercury energy. So I wrote writing and post office. I think I actually went to post office on that day to send an order or something. Like a bunch of different spells, what I've done on these dates, on different astrological events. I even wrote the Chinese horoscope year, you know, because that started like 17th of February, so I wrote it down, and that's kind of the idea behind this, but I haven't really got around writing that much, mainly because there hasn't been that many as of yet, and because I don't have this journal in such a visible space that I would remember it. I try to keep track of these at least monthly. Then I have my astrological planner. So it has basically everything that you need. There's the number of the moon phase, the date. Then it also states the void of course, and when the moon enters the next sign. And I'm pretty sure there's something more too. Let me see. For example, there's when Mercury went into Capricorn. All these things. Now I dropped something. Not surprised. Same here. And it even has like the asteroids. I think this one is Vesta, pretty sure. For example, Jupiter is going retrograde this week, tomorrow, where I am at least. It's going retrograde on Thursday, so I have that one here. Then it also has like daylight saving time starts on Sunday, so that's the thing. And also yesterday both Mercury and Venus went into Aries, so that's also in this book. And it has also like planting days and fishing days. I think that's kind of weird, but it's okay. Yeah, it's a really good planner. I've been really enjoying using it because even though it uses the Eastern Standard Time and Pacific Time, like the US times, but because it has like everything that I need, I plan a lot of things that I should do, things that I should pay attention to, and then like if I think of posting certain videos, I might plan them according to the cosmic events and all this type of stuff. There's really so many ways to use this type of planners, and I love it because it's so tiny, it doesn't take too much room anywhere. Book of Shadows in itself, I really don't think of mine as Book of Shadows, but this is where I write down my spells. For example, new moon in Sagittarius, I worked with Freya and I made her an oil to dress her candles, and she really likes it. I put like I put herbs, spices, and then I have like all kind of journal entries like here. I don't think I'm gonna show you like in detail because they're quite personal, but that's kind of what I do. And like if I do tarot readings about my workings or my spell work, that's also when I write those things down here, and here I have like runes as well, so I do the runes here too. Then I do my sigils. So I have a couple of sigils here, or bind runes, whatever you want to call them. But I like to combine runes, these planet symbols, elemental sigils, you know, the triangles and those type of stuff. I like to combine a bunch of things to make the sigils mine and match what I already know. So I think that's also one very important thing in witchcraft in general. When you do practice spell work, when you do use these symbologies to your own advantage, is that use what you have and definitely learn before you use certain things in your magic. And I do have one sigil tutorial that I did on my personal channel, so I'll be sure to link down below so that you can kind of get what I'm saying in a more practical form. All kinds of manifesting things that I wrote on here. Contemplation, yes. That's kind of the idea of these that basically only have text. They're almost like diary entries. And here I have a bunch of affirmations for different negative emotions. So that's something I've been working with. I've been doing a lot of emotional work because I do have mental health diagnosis and all kinds of struggles in regards to taking care of myself. I mean, of course I take care of myself, but what I mean is that my emotions are quite extreme, quite intense, so in those type of moments it might be a little bit difficult for me to remember to be gentle for myself and just listen to what is it that I truly need at that moment. So that's kind of what I wrote here. I try to make these affirmations encouraging and empowering so that I can use them to get all that power back, feel the feelings and not sort of dim them down, and get myself grounded and in the moment. I think that's also one very important thing, is to be in the moment and ground yourself to feel better. I had like a bunch of spiritual healing sessions, so I write down about them. I drew up this little sketch here. It says, "Can I love again?" Yes. But yeah, that's also another very long story, also a very emotional story. I did do it on my channel, so I will also link that below. But yeah, there was just so many things that I did within just a few days in the end of January. Then I was in the spell class, like this orange post-it was the first set of notes that I had of it, and then I sort of made it all clear on these pages. And what I chose as well, like what I chose because we do this with tarot cards and we choose one card for each. It's where my class for the Leo eclipse, when it was the super moon, blue moon, blood moon, I don't even know, but like that's hyper special moon. And then I just have all the recipes and that type of stuff for the spells. When I did the spell and Apollo came just kind of chilling with me, and I just felt him there. It was very interesting. But when those type of things happen, or when I get certain messages from like channeling different energies, especially for example when I work with my starseeds, I sometimes channel my starseed guides through them. So that's when I write these things down here, and I try to do it as quick as possible so that I don't forget the message. And then here I was like writing, like finishing some spells and also some numbers. Look at because it's so crazy when I see all these numbers like 555, 11, 11. And I also wrote down my dreams, and that's basically the whole idea of this book. I just write things down, and then I also have another spell class notes here. I haven't attached it here yet. I think I should. So I'm gonna roll it up a little bit more. Sometimes I get a little bit hazy messages. Sometimes the messages I get from deities and spirits are a little bit hazy. That's kind of, yeah, that's just life. Sometimes you don't have the most sharp intuition all the time, you know. So that's the idea. And whenever I kind of see some signs that are unusual, I tend to also write them down here. And in the cover I have the rabbit, and I also have the snake. They are kind of my spirit guides. And that's from... Can you see them? That's from my tarot deck that I created. It's the sun. There's even a unicorn. I mean, I've been just using some stickers from my childhood sticker books to make it cuter. I just really like doing that and making all kinds of fun craftsy things in them. That's basically my Book of Shadows update. Book of Stars, Book of Space, Book of Cosmos, whatever you would call it, but I don't really have the official Book of Shadows as of yet. What I'm doing now kind of works for me, so I think that's just how I'm gonna do, to be honest, because why would you need to all be doing the same thing? So yeah, it's good to journal, of course. It's good to log those things and put them down and keep track of them so that you can come back to them and see kind of what worked and what didn't. And if you did enjoy, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you got any ideas of it. Do you have a Book of Shadows, or what do you do to track your spells, or anything like symbology or like different synchronicities, whatever. Do you work with anything that I do, like astrology? I'm a really nerd in astrology, so that's kind of how I feel about it. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the summer week, most likely. So yeah. Bye.